Welcome, CNG 212. Almost forgot what class I was in. To our week 9 video. Definitely coming to the end of the course. We only have a few more weeks, and then we start to dive into the projects. Hope you guys got a chance to see the project layout. Um, Make sure that, well, I guess I can go over that now. Where do I put that? In the front. I don't want to open up. Um, Why does it? Okay, there it goes. So strange. So our project will consist of at least you'll have one server and one client, mandatory. Got to be in there. The features you decide to put on there have to be from this course. So look over our 70740 book, and you could pick out the topic that we covered in 7041 book, which was, I believe, DHCP. So you have many things to choose from. It could be backup cluster. It could be man, just many different things. So yeah, so that's all up to you. But before you start working, make sure you submit um, a project idea and an outline. Um, Basically stating, hey, look, I'm going to tackle this, this, and this. Um, Logically, I'm going to do this first. Secondly, I'm going to do this first. Lastly, I'm going to do this. Or I guess I secondly should do it first. Secondly, I'm going to do this. Um, Thirdly, I'm going to do this. So make sure that you provide me with a plan of how we're going to do this. I don't think I set up the drop boxes for this yet, but I will. So give me that plan of action that say, okay, look, I'm planning on tackling this, and this is the order I'm going to do it in. So you're not just jumping in head first into a pool that you don't know how deep it's going to be. With servers, I mean, you can just definitely jump in way deeper than you ever thought possible. A great example would be for my um, final presentation in one of my courses. I started setting up a local server here that then tied into my AWS account, and basically I had the domain controller sitting in my house that was authenticate while I was actually duplicating this information to Amazon, and then I was in the process of setting up uh, a client account that would then VPN to Amazon no matter where it was, and basically enable the login to that device from there. Way, way above the scope I needed, outside of the scope I needed. So this is just basically a way to say, okay, hey, this is great, this is a great idea, but let's kind of dial it back if I need to for that. I kind of gave you an example there of what to go on. You need to provide me a network map. This will actually help you in return. This is one of my old network maps from school. Um, I did this on Visio. I believe you guys might have Visio in eWolf. If anyone can verify this early, that'd be great. If you could just drop it in Google Hangouts, help people along with that. Say, okay, we got Visio or we do not have Visio. If not, basically you can create, you can just draw one in Paint. That would work also. I will need along with your project, when you get started, keep a method of procedures. Basically, a method of procedures will tell me how you did what you're doing. And this is going to help troubleshoot your project when it goes sideways. Having a method of procedures, I can help troubleshoot your whole process a lot easier than just having no documentation at all and kind of just jumping right in. Really, when we go to this method of procedure, see if I can bring this up over here. Bring that back. How to install DHCP on Core. So basically, did a quick search, and this is how you install DHCP on Core, when using Windows PowerShell. And look at that, they have a network map, even better. So basically, if there are directions, oh, look at that. This is actually a great example. Shows you how to do start stops IP. Probably has a range, and then should have. I don't see any core. Any core deployment here, but you get a lot of how to. That would work. Install feature, DHCP, include management tools, DHCP security user groups. So this is a great start, but just verify that this will work in your situation. Using the IP range that you choose, that's in your network map. All this has to be thought out before you just start copying code and pasting it in PowerShell. In your method of procedure, basically that's going to go down to your work detail. Wait, is that right? Table of contents. It's going to have your where's what located on what page, introduction, what you're doing, overview, what you hope to accomplish. If there's any sort of pertinent information that I need to know for upgrades, important information, yeah. And then in your work detail, you want to put basically a step-by-step methodology of what you did, how you did it. There's never deletion in a method of procedure. There's only strike through. So if there is a change, leave what you originally started with, strike through it, highlight, do a strike through, but leave it in there. Your method of procedure is going to be, it's going to have if things worked, if things didn't work, and that's going to be in your work detail. So when you say, hey, look, you can say, starting out with your server and client installed on a hypervisor of your choice, this is the next step of procedure. So you're already taking into account that one server, one client is on a hypervisor, and this is what you're doing. Yeah, and then it's just basically step by step. Step one, you can say, make sure that your servers are up to date. Make sure your client's up to date. And this is how you do it. You don't have to harden. I don't think we covered hardening in the cores. I don't think we did. But server hardening, we don't have to cover that. Basically, making sure that the security is up to level. I thought that was kind of out of scope for this course. So make sure that you are getting every single piece of detail, step by step. So if you're, like I said, if your project does go sideways, I can help you figure it out. Appendixes, if needed. We only have 3 examples, so there shouldn't be too much for an appendix. Then when you're done, you've successfully completed your implemented your project. Then you start your presentation. This one's on data backup. you can do your project on one feature. I don't expect a huge PowerPoint presentation. I would say if you would go up to 8, that's probably too much. I'd keep it around 5. But you're only going to specify on one particular thing. Yeah, keep it around 5 to 8. That should do you well. But basically, you're just going to say, this is what I did, this is what I implemented, this was the result, and then conclude. And if you have any questions, make sure to reach out through email. Method of procedures, I believe you can even do a Google search and find a template for method of procedures. And they usually go like MOP, MOP. Yeah, there's a few that you have to go through and actually see it. But just think of it, the method of procedure, kind of like a manual. How is the next person going to replicate what you did? Or say you, best example, say you do your project, you get hit by a bus. How is the next person going to catch up to speed to what you were doing? And basically, a method of procedure is what you have in place in case of this. Good real world example to have in there and to start learning as you guys take off. If you have any questions, let me know. Reach out. Google Hangouts is probably still the best to get an answer right away on things, but start thinking about your project, how you're going to put it together. We're definitely closing down on that, and definitely going to be. It's going to have hiccups, and if you can see, zoom in just a little bit here. Hold on, man. Hold on. If you can kind of zoom in here, you can kind of see a strikeout through there. I had a server going, decided to take it out, and then made a strike through and say, okay, this server is not going anymore. So it's not deleted. It's basically just struck through because there could be some configurations hidden away in the switch that still point to this. So it's important to know that, okay, there was this active, but it's not doing anymore. Talk to you guys soon.